Painstream people. How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing well, thank you. Got a little pop-in, little Painstream pop-in, away from my books. Still haven't gotten to start my books. I still have so many more videos to upload. Well, we're kind of halfway through the second book. All right, that's cool. But anyway, I wanted to pop in because, when I come across things that are relevant and interesting to this stream, I like to throw them in there. And this I thought was important. I'm doing the beginner level, a 200-hour teacher training in yoga. And so I'm reading this book, The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. So these are the original writings of what yoga is, because yoga originally was a verbal tradition passed down. And Patanjali said, we should write things down. Actually, he didn't write them down. His students did. So they wrote these sutras, which means threads of words. So they were really like little notes. So if you could see the first one here, so that would be it. And then they tell you the pronunciation. And it's basically now yoga instruction. Now the exposition of yoga is made. And then in this book, they explain it, which is helpful. So I will share some tidbits of wisdom from this book because it all ties in with everything that we've been talking about, which super frustrates me because this is like 5,000 years old. I mean, I should know, and I will find out. But, yoga is like a ridiculous 9,000 years old or something. And how are we still writing things? And how do we not all know this already? I mean, the answers have been there, and they've always been there. And I'm just finding these out now, and I'm learning them through a woman who's channeling spirits from California in my late 40s, but it's always been here. So basically, we've been given the messages probably over and over and over and over and over. The entire time we've been here. Lemon balm tea, very good for you. And no, but the answers have been here and we don't pay attention. But we're paying attention now because we want to be happy. So let's start. So here it says, as the mind, so the person. Bondage or liberation are in your own mind. If you feel bound, you are bound. If you feel liberated, you are liberated. Things outside neither bind nor liberate you. Only your attitude toward them does. And that is from a Sanskrit saying, which I won't even try to pronounce. So it's all the same thing. Your reality, you create your own reality. Okay. Here, also, now this is from the 33rd Sutra. Remember, our goal is to keep a serene mind. So that's the goal of yoga and life, right? And that's exactly what Abraham Hicks says. Your goal is to find joy. Just have joy. That's your goal. People are looking for their purpose in life, right? Who's looking for their purpose? And then it makes them upset. They don't know their purpose. Find your purpose. What's your purpose? Take this test. I'll give you a purpose. I've been looking for my purpose my whole life. But now I know it's joy. Now I don't have to worry about that. That's good. I like that. Everything else then fixes itself. Everything else everything else just then falls in line, right? Same thing I said recently on the health stream. I wasn't trying to lose weight when I lost all this weight. I wasn't trying to get ripped. I was just focused on my health, and that's what everyone always says, focus on your health, focus on your health. and everything else falls into place. And it's so true. Focus on joy, and everything else in your life will fall into place. Look at all these lessons I'm learning. See, I told you I learned stuff with these videos. I do. Love this. You should do this. Yeah. So yoga, I'm listening to all these videos and reading all this. I'm so engrossed in yoga, and which is great. It's a beautiful thing. Everyone should be. But it's about healing, right? It's not just a physical practice, but you need to have the physical practice and clean the body and prepare the body, because that will allow you to be unobstructed so you can enlighten and transcend the mind. And it's so true. I just talked about on the career stream how I was getting down about the job search, and that my feeling about it was really correlated to I had an infection, and the longer that went on and the worse I was feeling, the worse I was feeling about the job search, right? So it's all intertwined. I think I was feeling badly because I was physically not feeling good. I was getting bloated. I didn't feel good in my skin. So that's going to make everything else seem bad. And then the more I feel bad about everything else, the worse that's going to be for my system. There's a cell biologist in one of these videos that I'm watching for yoga. I can't remember his name, but he's a cell biologist and he studies epidemiology, and pretty sure he was in The Secret. But I don't know, but I've seen him, on a lot of videos. And he said that, I'm trying to think what video it was on so I could tell you to go watch it. But I can't think of it right now. I think it was on one online called, The Science of Yoga. Google it. It's on YouTube, The Science of Yoga. It's only like an hour, maybe half an hour. And he said, Brian Lipton? And now this is an epigeneticist. He said only 10% of disease and physical ailments are from our genes. 90%. 90% are from stress. Come on. What? So look how all these things are tied together, right? The pain stream. What's the point of the pain stream? The point of the pain stream is to avoid pain, right? Or to learn how to get out of it if you're already in it. And if you do that, maybe you can avoid poor health. But that's also why I have the health stream, right? Was because I had the pain and I confronted that and dealt with it, but then I also had, at the same time, which is not a coincidence, the health issue. Exactly the same time. And then the health stream comes because then I was trying, getting out of that. So, now I'm here sharing it with everyone because I don't want you to have to do that, right? I want to tell everybody I can what they can do to try to avoid these issues and get better if you have them, but avoid them first. And you know what? What can help you do that? Boom, yoga. What have I been saying? Yoga, meditation. Please listen to me, please. It's so important if you want to be happy. And who doesn't want to be happy? I don't understand. I don't know. That's all I could do is tell you. If you want to be a big silly dork like me. Anyway, let's see. Who would not like serenity of mind always? Who would not like to be happy always? Patanjali gives us the 4 keys. 4 keys to happiness. Friendliness, compassion, delight, and disregard. Disregard. The 4 locks, right? You got 4 keys. Why? Because you got 4 locks. What are those locks? Happy people. If you see happy people, pull out your key of friendliness. Be friendly to them. That's good. You'll be friendly with them. They'll be friendly with you. They'll be happy. You'll be happy. You'll be friends. Everything's good. Unhappy people. Boom. What key do you pull out? Pull out the compassion key. Pull out the compassion people. Broken people, hurt people. They're not hurting you for any other reason but somebody hurt them. And they don't have any way to deal with it. They don't have any way to let it out. They have no way to process it. So have compassion on them, because they're hurting bad and miserable. And maybe your compassion is the thing that'll change that, right? Third, the virtuous. The lock of the virtuous. What do you do with the virtuous? You give them the key of delight, because we should delight in the virtuous. We don't. We don't. How much did Mother Teresa get paid? Nope. How virtuous are people who get paid a lot. I'm sure there are some. There are some. They're not Mother Teresa. But anyway. And finally, the 4th lock. The wicked. And to the wicked, we give the key of love this. Disregard. Boom. Don't see ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Bye. And what it does say, though, is the wicked. It says, but for the wicked, you don't judge them. Just disregard them. Whatever. Maybe they'll be better tomorrow. Because they're not bad people. They just did bad things. And maybe tomorrow you'll be the wicked person. Right? Maybe tomorrow you'll do bad things. And they'll be the good person. That can definitely happen. To somebody you might be the wicked person. You might not think so. But they do. You don't know it. But it's true. Come on. Everybody's not perfect, but you have to accept. You're not perfect. You're not perfect. All right, next. Oh, so many highlights here. This is going on longer than I thought. What do you think about that? This is a good one. And this is kind of the whole, genesis of the pain stream. Anything burned out will be purified. The more you fire gold, for example, the more pure it becomes. Each time it goes into the fire, more impurities are removed. By accepting all the pain that comes to us, even though the nature of the mind is to run after pleasure, we will actually be happy to receive pain if we keep in mind its purifying effects. And we may even be thankful to the people who caused it. I know that's hard to see when you're in it, but that's exactly how I felt when I was writing all this stuff down for the pain stream. It just felt like I was being stripped, burned, thrashed on the rocks. Just taken down to the nub, and it was painful. It was terrible. I wouldn't wish it on anybody, but I'm so fucking happy I can't even tell you. I'm high all the time. I don't even know what to say. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? Not to say that I don't get sad every once in a while, but but it's all in perspective. Okay. We will look forward to pain. We will even thank people who cause it. See? Since they are giving us the opportunity to steady our minds and burn out impurities. So basically they're saying like, okay, well, people that cause you pain, like, thank them because it's an opportunity for you to grow. And it's true. You might not thank them in person, but later when you don't feel so upset, thank them in your head. Forget all you have learned, become a child again. Then it will be easy to realize that wisdom. That's what they say. Become like a child. I mean, joy. Who has joy? Children. The world hasn't gotten into their heads so much, and they just enjoy every minute in the present. And that's what we need to be like. And I'm kind of lucky because I'm a Capricorn, and they say Capricorns age backwards, like Benjamin Buttons, but inside. So we're real super serious when we're young, and it's true, I was. And then as we get older, we're way less serious. And I am way less serious. Because life is short. Life is short. What am I going to do? Be serious the whole thing and then just die? What's the point of that? No, I want to have fun. Oh, I had fun when I was young too, don't get me wrong, but I was more serious. I was more focused on seriousness. Now I'm more focused on fun. We attach ourselves to pleasure because we expect happiness from it, forgetting that happiness is always in us as the true self. Bam! Kablam! You have happiness already. It's in there. It's like ragu. It's in there. We attach ourselves to pleasure. So meaning we attach. So you might have an addiction, or you might really be addicted to sex, or you just chase the carnal things, right? Money, food, beer, whatever pleasures of the senses, porn, whatever. Why? Because you think that's happiness. You think something external is going to give you happiness, but it doesn't, which is why you get addicted. You need more and more. Because you need to turn inward. The happiness is inside. Yeah. You keep looking for it outside, you're not going to find it. No one can ever give us happiness. Oh yeah, a person too. Your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, kids, whatever. You're looking for happiness there? You might be happy with them, but they can't make you happy. Your happiness is coming from the inside because you're forgetting about all the crappy stuff you think about yourself when you first meet them. And then the crappiness comes back, and then you're like, wow, you don't make me happy anymore. Well, it's not their job. It's not their job to make you happy. That's your job. And you know what? If you're not happy, then they shouldn't be with you. Really, honestly, they shouldn't. Kick your ass to the curb because that's not their responsibility. And if they have any self-respect, they will find someone who is happy. If they are happy too, but if they're with you, then clearly they think the same way that you do, and you're both codependent. Duh. For real. No one can ever give us happiness or unhappiness, but can only reflect or distort our own inner happiness. Hello? What did I just say? What did I just say? Somebody just told me something very nice this weekend. Said that they're very happy with me, and that their life has been greatly improved by my being in it, and that's beautiful. And I'm happy. It makes me happy to hear that. But also, I don't make them happy. And I said I've not done anything. And what you're feeling has always been inside there. You're just letting it out now. And I'm just letting you let it out, right? You feel safe with me that you can let it out. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. It's also a little scary too because, I made other people very happy. And what happens is if you have a depressed person and you're dating them, they're very happy. It's almost like a bipolar thing, like manic. They're very happy for maybe a year. But then their depression comes back out. And then you're like, oh, but then you're too far in it. And then it's just a nightmare, because now you're a happy person with a depressed person. Like, that's never going to work. It's definitely over. But then there's like extreme manipulation to keep you in the relationship, because they're like a drowning person. They don't want to be alone. Because they just then they feel worse about themselves, because then they're getting rejected too, and it just confirms all their horrible thoughts about themselves. And so that's terrifying. So, you know, sometimes it's kind of scary when someone tells you you make them happy. From experience, I'm just saying. But it is nice to hear. Anyway, finally, the purusa is the true self. Okay? Take that for what it is. Just believe that, I guess. Purusa. The purusa is the true self. It is the purusa who sees. Oh, here we get into some Eckhart Tolle. We're getting so long. It's okay. The prakriti, Prakriti, is everything else. Okay, so this would be that the purusa is the observer, what they call the observer or the witness. So this is your true self. The other P word is everything else. So that's your emotions, that's your reactions, that's everything else about you, your body, that you might call you, but it's not you. It's not your inner true self. It's the stuff you observe. Well, let me let them explain it, because I'm probably just going to say the same thing. All other things besides you are the seen. But it seems we always identify ourselves with what is seen, with what we possess. As the self, all things are possessed by us. That's why we say, my body, my mind, my language, my knowledge. Everything we call ours cannot be us. That makes total sense when you say it that way. But everything that the true self sees, right? I can see my body, I can see my reactions, I can see my knowledge, I can assess all these things. Well, how can I assess something that is me? No, it's a quality about the human that I'm inhabiting. So, everything we call ours cannot be us. This identification with other things is the cause of all our pain. This identification, listen to that, that's important. This identification with other things is the cause of all our pain. Yes. When you mix yourself up with your possessions, including your body, including everything, you pull yourself out of the mire, and your feelings will change greatly. When you mix yourself up with your possessions, pull yourself out of the mire, and your feelings will change greatly. So when you remember, go read Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, A New Earth. Go read that. Learn about the pain body. Learn about the observer. It will blow your mind and make you feel a lot better. I already told you so many books you have to go read. Hope you're reading them. Anyway, that's enough. Thanks for watching. No, not thanks for watching. It's for your benefit. So if you watch, good on you, mate. All right, have a good night. Peace out.